Wade Heineman, still at home. It is 19th now. I'll take this old paper off real quick here. I've got unloaded my Nissan Murano for the first time in a while. But as you can see, I'm still at the same place. And this is why I've been protecting my documents so long. I'm going to show here real quick some of them. And this is why I have to load up all my stuff every time I leave and lock up my Nissan Murano with padlocks. But here are all my clothes. These khaki pants are what I wore to Taylor Construction. It was bridge construction in 2018. Here are some of my housing inspector shirts. I don't know if you can see them very well, but I ripped the sleeve off some of them from, that's where I worked 97 to 2000. I worked, some of the pictures I've had in the past where I was really fat when I was with Jen from Monticello, who's white. I was wearing those pictures of my friend Tim, who is white too. There's indications about a black Tim. I've never known a black Tim. I think there was a black Tim that played men's softball league, but I never knew him. Here are some of my shirts. See them all here. And my shirts. By Murano. There's the camper in the shed. Out toward the road. I'll look a lot thinner even tonight because my face was puffy last night from eating kind of poorly yesterday. On the Sunday, I often probably eat and not very active on Sundays. It's supposed to be a day of rest anyway, which I've always kind of agreed with. But I'm going to be showing my Intercog stuff from 2010, and we'll switch papers here. And you can see it's still attached a little bit to the top, but these papers wear out. So it is now 7:19, 21, 10:48 a.m., born 11/4/71. And I should mention, because of Targeted Energy, every time I do videos, when I had Targeted Energy, I'll make an error or two while I'm talking. I think I said something about 2014, it should have been 2013 the other day. But I make those kind of errors, especially when I've been hit with Targeted Energy. I can't concentrate because of the sleep deprivation it causes. And it doesn't matter how much Targeted Energy, it could be a very, very tiny amount, but it causes sleep deprivation. Never LGBTQIA. Lived alone since 2013. Lived alone since 2013. I'm home, 1809 W Avenue. It's kind of hard to read backwards. Fairbank, Iowa. Never married. FogZap 1, YouTube, Twitter. It's been indicated I've been married many times. I've never been married. I don't even know who'd claim it. FogZap on YouTube. I was engaged a couple times. Twitter, WADEHEINEMAN. IAM. WADEHEINEMANIAM. Facebook.com/WADEHEINEMAN.1. And I only have problems saying how my name is spelled because I'm reading here instead of trying to say it. My mind can only I've always been able to only have kind of a concentration on one thing. If you known me closely in the past, before 6 years ago, nobody's known me very well since. That's the way I've always been. fogzap1.wordpress.com/blog if you want to put that in there, but that's not on the page, obviously. So, first of all, here's my Social Security card. Was sent when I had a P.O. box to Fairbank. I had a replacement sent, I don't remember, a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, when I had a P.O. box. But I gave up on the P.O. box because the frauds were screwing with the lock and getting into it anyway. So this is when I lived in Waterloo, Iowa. Let's see if I can put this somewhere so I don't have to constantly be holding this. Thought of this before. So there's a Spokesman magazine, October 21st, 2011, October 12th, 2011. And you can see there's my address, Wade Heineman, 701 Cedar Bend, Waterloo, Iowa. And Spokesman is a Farm Bureau publication. I got it mostly because of the classified ads. And I think the fraud stole some of these with my address on it a while back. In fact, I know they did. Here's some proof that I live there. This is from Blackhawk County. This is unopened mail. No, it's not. Nothing's been taken out of it anyway. I don't even know what it says on the back there. That's just notes from back then. Wade Allen Heineman, 701 Cedar Bend Street, Waterloo, Iowa. And that's dated October 1st, 2012. October 1st, 2012. Here's another one, same thing. Wade Heineman, 701 Cedar Bend Street, unopened. This one's not even, I often write on envelopes, as probably a lot of people do. October 4th, 2012. And that is Blackhawk County when I lived there, from the treasurer for vehicle registrations. And another one unopened, because I pay these I don't send them in generally. I go in and pay them. Wade Allen Heineman, 701 Cedar Bend Street, Blackhawk County. December 6th, I think, whatever that is, December 2012. And this one is January 7th, 2013. Here, January 7th, 2013. Wade Heineman, 701 Cedar Bend, Blackhawk County Treasurer. Another one, January 7th again. So there's two of them. Two of them January 7th. 701 Cedar Bend Street, Blackhawk County. January 7th, 2013. I don't know if you saw that. Close enough. January 7th, 2013, there by my middle finger. Okay, and now showing I worked at Intercog, which is a planning agency. I was a housing planner there, which I did multiple jobs. It's hot here, so with two shirts on, I'm going to start sweating. But it's an intergovernmental planning agency, so I can show the public number for it. But I worked there 2010 to 2011, just over a year there. There's my business cards. And here is the Waterloo Courier on March 21st, 2010. And as you can see, I look like some of my old driver's license is there. That's me, obviously. And I got hired at the same time as this guy. He was a planner as well. You can say it says Wade Heineman, Intercog. You can freeze frame that or pause that. See that. And here is my my 2010 W-2 from Intercog. As you can see, Intercog, Wade A. Heineman, 1809 W Avenue, Fairbank, Iowa. And I moved to Waterloo in 2010, so I was still getting mail at 1809 W Avenue here. I lived in the mobile home. I had lived in the mobile home with my ex-fiance. Here is my IPERS, which is the retirement account. And I don't know if I still have money in that one or not, but as you can see, 701 Cedar Bend, Wade Heineman, Waterloo, Iowa, IPERS, Iowa. It's Iowa's public employees retirement system. So Intercog qualifies as an intergovernmental agency. And as you can see, 701 Cedar Bend, it was sent to 701 Cedar Bend, Iowa Public Retirement System. And I made very sure that I blacked out everything I needed to on these. Iowa Northland Regional Council of Governments, Wade A. Heineman. And you can see it deducted for child support then already. So my son, 26 now, 1809 W Avenue, Fairbank, Iowa. My son is white. His mother is white. And this is 4/30, 2010, April 30th, 2010 there. And this one is January 14th, 2011. Would have been probably my last paycheck or one of the last ones. Wade A. Heineman, 1809 W Avenue, Fairbank, Iowa. Iowa Northland Regional Council of Governments. Blacked out some of the information so the frauds can't duplicate it. And all the pertinent information, all the account numbers and all that kind of stuff. There was one number there that wasn't covered, but it's not a big deal. Here is an expense for January 31st, 2010, $14. Iowa Northland Regional Council of Governments. Here's a piece of mail that I got there, June 25th, 2010. June 25th, 2010, from MSA, which is like a professional environmental inspections and stuff. Intercog, attention Wade Heineman, their address. So there's that. And when I got the job there, they put us in the basement. And as you can see here, it says sewer gas problems. We were inhaling sewer gas there, and I was having health problems. I didn't know why. There was sewer gas leaking into the basement where I was working. So I dealt with this for months, not knowing what it was. But you can see, I don't know if you freeze frame these, the drama that was going on with this. But here's one. I had a doctor's excuse to get out of work. I blocked off his signature, but that was my physician at that time. He's long retired now. So there's that. This says, I believe, my health problems. This is dated, let's see here. I don't think I need to block out first namers anyway, because these people no longer work there, but I did anyway on all of these. Intercog, September 7th, 2010. I'm writing to inform I believe my health problems are due to sewer gas exposure present in the below grade level where I work. Wade Heineman, and that's September 7th. And that these are going backwards. September 8th. Wait a minute. They're kind of going backwards. Anyway, September 23rd, follow up to a letter. They're concerned about my absenteeism, but it was due to the sewer gas health problems. September 23rd, 2010. Intercog letterhead. And here is the rest of that one. You can copy that. These are my copies. And it's public information anyway, because it's a government organization that gets IPERs. So this one is talking about when I bought a vehicle from a woman named Amber, and I blocked out her last name, on September 24th, 2010. And I had a dispute with her because I believe she misrepresented the vehicle. And they were saying she contacted Intercog, which I didn't tell her I worked there, and she got must have Googled my number and got it, and they sent me a letter stating that I had to take care of the situation, which I did. Housing planner, performance evaluation, the first one. There's no pertinent information I needed to block out there. January 11th, 2010. There's that. This is a leave request for Dr. Rettig, who was a dentist in Chipola at the time. He's now retired, long retired. So that's a leave request on 12/14/2010 for a dental appointment. December 13th, another follow-up letter about the sewer gas. I'm not going to show you all of the content of all of these letters. And this one, this is after all the sewer gas stuff where I was ill from it often, and I needed to go to my uncle's funeral, but I didn't get notice that I was supposed to be a pallbearer until last minute, and there was an important meeting I was supposed to go to, and I'm not going to show the whole thing, but again, there was an issue because it was such short notice, and it's because I had missed so much work due to the sewer gas exposure. But here's what I was supposed to be: a pallbearer at my Uncle Kenny's funeral in October or September of 2010, and because of there's an important meeting at the same day, but my mother didn't let me know I was supposed to be a pallbearer until the last minute, and I was kind of in a bind. So I asked my boss, I just kind of put it up and see what he thought, and it was a mess. But it was because of the sewer gas stuff, because I missed work because of it. That just shows, if you want to pause on that, what sewer gas exposure does to you. And I had an inner ear infection because of it. I had other problems. I had very bad fatigue. I had 2 coworkers that were getting headaches. There was 4 of us down there. 2 others were getting headaches, but they didn't want to complain like I did because afraid of losing their job or whatever. But I was complaining very loudly because oxygen depletion. We didn't have keys to the place where the sewer gas was coming out of, and we didn't realize it was coming out. I didn't even know that was the
the room where the pumps for the waste were. Otherwise, I would have looked at it a lot sooner. It didn't occur to me in a big building like that, because I never inspected like a big building before that. I was inspecting housing mostly. I did do a little bit of insurance inspection in big buildings, but not a lot. Hydrogen, after my city job in Dubuque. Hydrogen sulfide. Anyway, if you want to pause on that, you can read that about what sewer gas does. But here's a short, brief clip in yellow what it does there. Pathology. Here's symptoms of sewer gas exposure. And this was going on the entire time I was there until it was like 9 months that was going on, I think, before it got rectified. Here's the ear infection. Yeah, it was September. And they didn't measure the levels. They didn't record the levels before they sealed it. They only recorded them after, and of course, because they sealed it, the levels were down. And the documentation I got from there's more in sewer gas. You know, I could have sued after I got discharged in January 2011 because of all the time I missed. I believe that's why. They gave me a different reason, but it wasn't, I don't think it had to do with all of the sickness I was dealing with due to the sewer gas, the reason that they let me go. So here's American Education Services, 1809 W Avenue, Fairbank, Iowa, in 2010. Form for the IRS. Here is, and then after I moved out where I was living at 701 Cedar Bend Street in Waterloo. In 2013, as I said, I broke up with my ex-fiance, and as you can see, I'm registered with no party, as I usually am, unless I want to vie for a candidate. And I did vie for both Obama and Donald Trump. And I did not vote for anybody in 2020 election. I didn't vote for President Trump. I didn't vote for President Biden. So because no one got me out of this suppressed, torturous situation where the truth is being suppressed. This is just adding this because I had another documentation that I moved back to W Avenue, and this is dated 12/23/2014. So this is a year after I moved out, year and a half after I moved out of 701 Cedar Bend, moved back to this address by myself. And I bought a red Alero from this woman, last name Olson. I blacked out her first name. Olson. It was the mother of a 20-something woman that afterwards I was getting indications that I had some connection to these people. Only thing I ever did with them is bought this vehicle. It had a bunch of their papers in it, which I should have just burned right away. I was saving them to bring them back sometime, and I tend to forget things, so I forgot to bring them back. But I bought this to fix it up and sell it because it just basically needed to be cleaned up and a couple of small things fixed on it, and I could make a little extra money doing that as I did. You can sell up to 6 vehicles in a year, and I didn't make a lot of money doing it, and I didn't make enough that year to file for taxes. So here is, we'll just black out some of this. This is my offer to work in April 2000. The city of Dubuque offer for employment when I was at, as you can see, 2005 Olive Street in Cedar Falls. I got the offer for the inspector job when I was there, and the guy who offered me the job is way gone. He's not been there for a long time. So there's that. Might as well show these. Veridian Credit Union used to be John Deere Community Credit Union. And when I moved to Dubuque, as you can see here, this was the first home that I bought, 1433 Washington Street. They were still forwarding my mail because apparently I didn't change it to Eagle Ridge, 4799 Eagle Ridge Lane. It got forwarded from my house, which is a brick house. It was my first house. It got foreclosed on. As you can see, this was not opened. So that was when it was John Deere Community Credit Union yet. And then and that was, I forgot to show the date on that. January 3rd, 2005. Up here, January 3rd, 2005. Forwarded to me from 1433 Washington Street in Dubuque, John Deere Community Credit Union, 4799 Eagle Ridge, to, and this one is 2009, April 6th, 2009, right there, April 6th, 2009. And that's Veridian, and I'm back here, 1809 W Avenue, Fairbank, Iowa. I moved back here in 2006. Moved back to this address in 2006. I moved in temporarily with my parents, which was the biggest mistake of my life. Thought I could get closer to the family after my sister's death, but it didn't work out. I should have known better, but I didn't. Anyway, 1809 W Avenue, that's where I am now. And that was, did I say? Yeah, I already showed that, but let's show it again. April 6, 2009. April 6, 2009. Wade Heineman, Fairbank, Iowa. Here's May 4th, 2009. Another one from Veridian, sealed. May 4th, 2009, 1809 W Avenue, Fairbank, Iowa. And this one is June 3rd, 2009. June 3rd, 2009. Wade A. Heineman, 1809 W Avenue, Fairbank. Veridian, which used to be John Deere Community Credit Union. And the last one, this one is opened, but so long as I got it. July 6, 2009. July 6, 2009. Veridian, 1809 W Avenue, Fairbank, Iowa. So, this is the same bank. It just changed names. I had an account here for 25 years before my BMW was repossessed in August August 4th, 2018, that BMW that I had. And here that is, actually, since I mentioned it. Here's a copy of the title. Here's the VIN in my name. Veridian Credit Union had the lien. Prior owner, Eurosport Motors. And before that, it was owned by a couple with the last name Park. I assume they're Asian from the Chicago area. And I assume Eurosport Motors of Waterloo bought it at an insurance auction. I'm just assuming that because I don't know anything else. But it's that 2008 Space Gray BMW 528xi. And I lived at 1809 W Avenue, Fairbank, Iowa. And that's issue date 4/19/2018. I registered it about a month after I bought it. So that's 4/19/2018. The title was transferred. And GWV 394. GWV 394. GWV 394. GWV 394. Sweating my butt off. It's hot out here. And I got too many liquids in me. But this is why I've been guarding. This is why I can't live a functional life. I have all these documents in here, and I have to protect them by putting them in my vehicle whenever I go somewhere, because the frauds get into my home. And then I have to watch my vehicle from wherever I go so they don't get into that. That's why I put 2 padlocks on the outside of both doors. See, I got a hasp lock on it here. That's for the padlocks. But again, there's my clothing. Just doing my poses. And this this Chromebook, I showed the receipt on YouTube in, I believe, February, when I got money to go to the University of Northern Iowa. I was going to use it for school, but I wasn't able to go to class enough to even use it, so it never got used. But I showed the receipt for that back in February on FogZap1 YouTube channel. 7/19/21. Lived alone since 2013. And my speaking is due to the gaps in my teeth. That's why I sound different than I used to, because I never had gaps in my teeth, because I had bridges there since junior high. I had fake ones in high school. The last year of high school, I had fake ones up here until I was about 27 or 28. And then I got permanent bridges put in there. But they came out a couple of years ago, and I've not been able to afford it because these people have destroyed my life with staged lies and theft. So just show that I'm in the same place. Should know by there, but it's a mess in there. But there's what it looks like. I know it looks scary, but my life is completely dysfunctional, as I just explained why. And there is the back of the shed. Had nobody in here. You know, my life is not set up to date anyone because it's been destroyed by these frauds, unknown who they are. And here's me. When I went across the stage in 2002, but I didn't graduate because I didn't finish the GIS course. So that's why I'm 3 credits short. I don't know these people in the background at all. I don't know any of those people in the background. I know I'm a lot older, but you know, this was when I was 30, around then. And you know, I'm 49 now. It's quite a difference, but still me. Signing off, Wade Heineman, FogZap1, YouTube, fogzap1.wordpress. Not female in any way, never have been. My voice is still affected by whatever toxins the frauds put in my home again. I believe it's weed spray. That's what it's been in the past. So, signing off, there's my hand. And we'll do this, I guess, sign off. 10.75 inches.